Hey everybody, it's 7:09 p.m. The video got cut off because I tried to do something else real quick, like, to minimize the video and grab something from another app, and I should have known better. I didn't think it would work. I felt like taking a chance. Anyway, so what I was going to do is just send something over to my desktop, grab it off here so I can listen to music. That was going to take too long. I tried to do it in the time that the video cut off. And what I wanted to do anyway, because I wanted to transfer the library from the Music Studio app, so I just have it available. Well, anyway, I'll do it after I do this, because it's taking too long. We got to get the oral hygiene. This is one of those days that this caught me in the middle of something, like, for example, the bell caught me in the middle of working on something, so when I do that, sometimes I get a little bit testy and distracted a little bit because my mind is there. I also started the debriding of Frankenstein today. The image I'm going to do of Frankenstein in the dental chair, I started that today as well. It's on the iPad. Like everything I need is on that iPad. I gotta come up with a solution to that. Between the desktop and the iPad. If this was jailbroken, it'd be all set. So unless an iPad is jailbroken, you can't run things like web servers or FTP servers on their normal ports. Those are reserved, and unless you have root access, you're not allowed to do that. In iOS. All right, there we go. Generally, anyway, though, not just iOS. Okay. Now, why is that necessarily a problem? Well, you know, it really doesn't have to be in a lot of cases. You can run the server on a different port sometimes, depending on what it is and what it has to do. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, certain servers you don't want to do that with. Like a mail server, you know, whether it's running on like, what is it? Let me see, like, well, 25 for regular SMTP, but it's 587, I believe, for encrypted SMTP. I think it's 587. That needs to stay the same because if your mail server is going to talk to other mail servers, presumably, or at least like the most outward-facing one is on a network, you know, and they all have to, you know what I mean, like they do so with the standard protocol and standard port, you know. So some things are like that. In my case, I mean, we'll have to see what I come up with, and but nonetheless, I still wish we had, you know what I mean? I don't like that control. I want root access on my iPad. I think we should have it. You know what I mean? And Apple's like, no, you shouldn't. So, Apple. I think, honestly, since like, you know, software is like been so much defined by like what's in the App Store now, the Android or the iTunes App Store. Sucks. I miss, you know what I mean? Computing to me, of course I'm going to say that because every generation that gets a little bit older, you know what I mean, longs for the good old days. But like, I think computing was a lot more cool and fun, like in the early 2000s than it is now. Everything's locked down, restricted and shit. It's like, it's lame. Software as a service and stuff, like, that's crap, whatever. Can you tell them a little bit? Yeah. But it is my real thoughts on that. I mean, but nonetheless, the fact that I'm choosing to talk about that right now is because I'm kind of like testy. Like the internet. Man, back in the early 2000s, we had stuff like on Google that you can't even, it's not even available anymore. Like, I mean, I'm not going to get specific on things, but how useful is what I'm saying, right? But what I'm saying, okay. I will get specific. All right. What I mean is this. Okay, number one, I'm going to say I am all for information sharing. I really am. And I don't really, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, people are going to poo-poo this. I know some people, whatever. I like the days when you could fucking get the latest edition of Adobe Photoshop off BitTorrent. And I think you should be able to do that. I do. Because a lot of people don't have the money to pay Adobe's prices. So fuck it. That's how I feel. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with software piracy at all. I don't. Ditto for music, whatever. Especially those sons of bitches. Especially those greedy motherfuckers. I swear to God, if you want to take my music and you can't afford it, you want to spread it around, go right ahead. I'm flattered. Because it's about more than just money. Information, it's important. Let me tell you something. I learned, what was it, that a lot of software I learned, I was only able to do that, in the case of like, several copies of Windows. There's a lot of software that I learned and became pretty proficient in, and I was only able to do so because I pirated the software because I couldn't afford it. Like, for example, like using Finale. Okay? Adam Neely said the same thing about Sibelius on YouTube, okay? And it's true. It is true. I got Bob Katz's book, and I told him about it too. I said, I'm sorry I didn't pay you for it, but like, I wanted to, you know what I mean? I wanted the information, I wanted to learn, I didn't have any money. And like, I don't think that should go away. I really don't. Now, if I have the money, I'll pay. You know what I mean? But I know most people do. Some people are not, they're not going to, whatever. But I liked that culture. It was great. You could get any kind of software, any kind of, a lot of information going around. There was a lot of, it was awesome. And now everybody's just, now pay me, you can't have it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no. I'm sorry, but I don't place that. Even though the law just totally disagrees with me, I don't give a fuck. I disagree. I think it's a snotty attitude to have, like, you know, to be so, that you want to, like, restrict access to, you know what I mean? It's so important for you to squeeze every fucking cent out of something that you have, you know, the rights to. It's disgusting to me. It's abhorrent. Maybe I'm thinking of a bear. Anyway, I'm in a bad mood. So I maybe not, you know what I mean? And that's a group that I could, like, jump on and really get, you know. So let me not do that, because I mean that's the wrong thing to talk about. Anyway, but no, I am very much like, until I found out Richard Stallman. I don't know. I heard there was some sexual harassment allegations. Who knows? I don't know where that stands. So in case he turns out to be, in the case he happens to be like a real, you know, dangerous, like on a sexual predator list, like we need to put him there. Let me just say that I don't mean that I'm like him, like that when I say that I'm like him, but I am very much like him in terms of ideology. So I only hope, honestly, if I had something that, you know what I mean? Like if I had a book on something, like a book on audio or on anything, I would love that people would, you know, want to get it, you know, that couldn't afford it, you know what I mean? Some drug addict like me without money, trying to learn stuff back in the day in his early 20s on the internet. See if I can find it on BitTorrent. And if I could be that to somebody, I would be honored. I would really appreciate that. That's pretty cool. You know? Like, yeah. I'd like to make money, and I gotta tell you, I would have, the more money I made, I would certainly have the urge to, like, try to further protect, you know what I mean, those interests. But I would resist that. I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. On point of principle. Because I know it is. I mean, money is, you know, making money is addictive. It really is. You know what I mean? I know some people that are around me that know it better than I do, actually. You know what I mean? Like, and not too far away. and like, you know, but like, no, it's, you know, there's more that's important than that. And the problem is that, unfortunately, if you don't realize that, there is not a whole lot in this country. One thing this country is not very good with is telling people that money is not very important. Okay, I mean, like, you can hear it from people in the country, but like the message that the culture reinforces is not that. No, in fact, money is like the highest fucking priority in this country. Unspoken. We're all saying no, but we all like live yes. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, you know, that's well, you know. My point there is that with that in the way, if somebody is, you know what I mean, if somebody is very like money-minded, like they don't give a shit about like any of the stuff I just said, they just want to make sure they get the money that they are owed, they are due. And I can't deny that in one sense. What I'm saying is that, you know, when they look around them, all they're going to find is reinforcement for that attitude. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to pretty much agree with them on that. And they're going to get a society that's going to reinforce those values. Like, say, yes, absolutely. I know I'm on the right track. I know that. Well, I don't know. I don't think it is. I try to do the right thing, and I am pretty good at doing the right thing most of the time. There are some times where I you know, if I wanted, if there was a book I wanted right now online, I would yes, I would download it. I would try to find it on BitTorrent or something like that and download it, because I don't have the money right now. And I understand all the arguments against that, and I'm not going to argue with him. I'm going to say, all right, boom. I don't agree. Do I have any justification for it? No, not really. I don't. I mean, it is stealing. It is. You know, technically, I'm not going to try to say it's not. Some people are like that. Some people are like, well, if I do it, I need to, you know what I mean? They sit there and try to tell themselves, I hate that. I cannot stand that when people do that. Well, I'll tell you, no, if I'm stealing, I'll tell you, no, it's still stealing. It's, you know what I mean? It's not just because it's like, well, it's kind of different because I'm an intellectual and I need to learn, and so it's really not stealing. No, it's still stealing. You just feel you have a good reason to do it. For you. But understand that that doesn't hold water against, you know what I mean, in the whole argument, really. I mean, it's an understandable reason, but it's not a, you know, if we may draw this distinction between understandable and justified there, an artificial distinction from but yeah, you know, and honestly, some of it, the people, I know so many people that do so much worse, you know what I mean? Anyone dare point the finger at me for that, I'm going to friggin' flip you the bird. Because, like, that's crazy. I feel that I do all the right things where it counts the most. And of course, that's a matter of opinion, right? You know, because some people think that, you know, I don't know, some people think that prayer is a waste of time, that God's a waste of time, right? You know what I mean? So, but they're not going to necessarily say that. Some people are not going to necessarily say that because they know that people think, you know what I mean? They think that that's a worthwhile thing to do, so they're not going to like look bad by doing it openly. But nonetheless, you know. Anyway, so that's it. I already said that today. Remember to brush your teeth, to floss, and to say your prayers, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you all.